Hi again, and thanks for stopping by and visiting and taking a look at another one of my videos in my series of real estate videos. What I talk about in these videos relates to anybody probably anywhere in the country. Although I live and work in Morrow County here in central Ohio, the video subject matter that we're talking about relates to almost anybody. And I use videos because it's a little bit easier both for you and for me. Not that I can't write. In fact, I like to sit down and look at what I write and think about it and analyze a little bit and maybe change the way I say it and put it out in print. However, I think it's easier for me to convey it to you via this medium, and easier for you to take a look at it as well, whether it's on your home computer or your mobile device or whatever. Anyway, what I want to share with you today is just, I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I want to share with you how to find fixer-uppers, whether it be here in Morrow County or anywhere else in the country for that matter. I get a lot of calls from folks that are looking for fixer-uppers, and a lot of people think that because they've heard that these fixer-uppers are available for $20,000 or $30,000, that gee, I can afford that. I can get a loan for that, and therefore I can get myself a house. Well, there's a couple of misconceptions that I want to clear up. First of all, the $20,000, $30,000 homes in my area here in this market are, in my estimation, uninhabitable. Many of them don't have furnaces, they don't have sinks, they don't have ceiling fans, they don't have light fixtures. These are distressed properties, what we refer to as distressed properties. They're either in pre-foreclosure, short sale properties, or they've gone through foreclosure typically. And they are in the process of being picked up by the bank. They are going to be acquired by the bank or HUD or Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac through the foreclosure process, and they get it relisted and put it on the market. Now the problem is that during the time that it takes from the time the foreclosure action is initiated until it is completed, often takes anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. And during that time, the property continues to depreciate, and being that it's not being lived in, there's no electricity, there's no heat, the quality of the home really, really suffers. And besides that, unfortunately, there are vandals out there that break in and steal the plumbing and electrical and so on. So my point is that if you're going to buy a fixer-upper, $20, $30, $40, $50, even $60,000 in this market, you need to plan on spending additional monies to make the home livable. Now, depending on what kind of a buyer you are, if you're an owner-occupant, that's one kind of buyer. If you're an investor, that's another kind of buyer. Okay, but I'm going to concentrate here on owner-occupant. Owner-occupant typically, not always, but typically in this area uses an FHA mortgage. FHA mortgage requires 3.5% of your own money invested in the transaction. So on a $100,000 home, that would be $3,500 that you have to have as down payment money. There will be closing costs that the lender will charge on top of the down payment, but those closing costs we can often get from the seller. And I'll explain that further a little later on. But my point is that even as an FHA buyer, you're going to have to come up with, either out of your own money or borrowed from a family member, excuse me, not borrowed, gifted from a family member, and the family member has to sign a gift letter saying that they're not going to expect the money back. But nonetheless, you as the borrower need to come up with that 3.5% as the down payment money. Now, assuming that this home is in less than perfect condition, you're also going to need additional monies either to put into the transaction now up front, or to borrow against the property. As an example, I've got a couple of buyers right now, husband and wife, who are buying a home just south of here, about 5 miles. The home basically is in pretty good shape, but it needs a new roof. And a lot of people don't know or haven't heard about the FHA 203K loan. That's a rehab loan. And with the rehab loan, it allows you to borrow the money to buy the house, say $60,000, and also to borrow the money to put a new roof on, put new windows in, put new heating, cement work, flooring, whatever, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 extra. So my point is that yes, you can buy a fixer-upper, and yes, it can be financed with the 203K rehab loan. There are some stipulations, and your lender can help you through that process and work with you in that process. But nonetheless, you do have to have 3.5% of the finance price invested in the transaction. So if you buy an $80,000 home and you're going to do $20,000 worth of upgrades, again, you've got a $100,000 loan, you're going to need $3,500. But it can be done and it can work. But you cannot buy the $40,000 house, expect FHA to finance it as is, even if your brother, husband, cousin, sibling, whatever, is a contractor. People call me and say, hey, my brother knows how to do plumbing, my father knows how to do roofing, whatever, and we can do that cheap after we buy the house. No, FHA isn't going to finance. When you move in, it either needs to be in safe, livable condition then when you move in, or there needs to be a rehab loan in place so as to provide for that work to be done by qualified and or licensed contractors, and get that work done so that you can have a good, safe place to live. Need any more information on FHA financing or how to buy a home, a fixer-upper here in Morrow County? Give me a call, 419-947-4004. Thanks.